Today I want to talk about rituals, specifically flower rituals. Rituals are important as they provide a sense of stability, connection, and meaning in both personal and communal life. By giving structure to daily routines, marking life's transitions, and reinforcing cultural and spiritual values. Rituals can even help individuals cope with anxiety, build community, and connect with a sense of belonging to something larger than themselves. I think flowers can play an even bigger part when it comes to rituals. So let's talk flower rituals today on Behind the Bloom. All of my favorite rituals involve flowers, whether it's a bloom on my shaving stand or a collection in my creative space, even a flower crown. Flowers are powerful, and their ability to calm, recharge, influence, and empower are scientifically proven. Stop by your local flower seller today and start a new ritual with beautiful flowers. Cowflowers is a proud sponsor of Behind the Bloom podcast, where flowers and wellness go hand in hand.
Hey Jay, how's it going?
It's great. I can't wait for this episode.
Yes,
I can't wait.
I'm really excited too. You brought up the
Yeah.
idea of doing rituals, and I know you're doing a full episode on rituals at some point too.
We are. We're going to be doing, in season 9, we're doing an episode about flower rituals. I love that. I just wanted to talk more about it because I think we don't realize how many rituals we have in our lives and how beneficial they can be to us, whether it's just emotional or soul cleansing or mind, de-stressing and those types of things. Do you want a tip about rituals?
You're right. We need tips.
Okay, I picked out this tip, and I think it's super important. Okay, so this is a Bloom 365 tip in the section Arranging Flowers, Getting Ready. It's tip 142. And Kelly so aptly named it Permission Slip. Give yourself time and permission to enjoy the process of flower arranging. Our bodies actually release endorphins while we arrange flowers. Endorphins help us relax and de-stress. The act of arranging flowers has been proven to increase positive thoughts and reduce depression. We also have a place on our website at ubloom.com/research, and I'll put that link in our comments as well. There is all this scientific research that tells us that arranging flowers is good for us. I just like to give yourself permission to do it. Martha Stewart has said before, don't bring flowers to a party because the hostess has to stop her schedule of what she has to do and arrange those flowers. I believe take flowers to a hostess and arrange them for her.
Oh, yeah.
Say, where can I
Cool.
find a vase? And I'll arrange these for you and I'll put them on your table. And that's what I do all the time. I bring flowers with me that is an arrangement they can enjoy. I might already have it made. Our friends, the Garlic Girls, I brought one the other day, and they keep sending me notes and saying, we just love looking at this flower arrangement. That's an important part about it. As I have always said, in Amsterdam, one of the rituals they have is when you go to someone's house, you bring flowers. And so I think we should do the same. We should bring flowers when we go to people's houses.
I love that. Yeah. Taking a step back then, Jay, so what's your definition of a ritual then?
Okay, so I've been doing research on this, and I want to tell you that creating the show is very important to us. Part of that is our vetting and concepting of the show. We have to come up with the concept of the show, and we have to pass it by American Public Television, also the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission, to make sure that it's something that they feel is worthy for educational television. And so we have to do a lot of background research sometimes. And so I've read a couple books about rituals, and I know that I incorporate them into my life. And so we've been doing some research too, so I wanted to share some of that with you. A ritual is a sequence of actions performed in a set order that holds symbolic meaning for an individual or a group. These actions can be religious ceremonies like weddings or funerals, cultural practices, or simple personal habits that bring more meaning into our lives. The key elements are the repetitive nature and the intention behind them, which connects people to their beliefs, traditions, or each other. And I think that's really cool because, okay, so if we talk about religious rituals, we think about weddings, funerals. There's a certain way, you may kiss the bride, does anyone here object, or at a funeral. Kelly's family is Catholic, so there's also like a rosary that people go to, which is a very repetitive ritual that is part of the funeral service. I've always been fascinated. I grew up Lutheran, so I did not grow up Catholic, but Kelly grew up Catholic, and I'm always fascinated by the pageantry and the rituals that happen, the ritual of the holy water, the ritual of the host, the ritual of using the incense. I love that stuff. In my life, I have specific rituals. And so I think that there are key characteristics that also go with a ritual. Okay, so there's 4 of them: a structured action, a symbolic meaning, an intention and a focus, and being repetitive and consistent. I figured let's start with I am crazy about coffee and tea.
Okay. Yeah.
Not so much that I enjoy them, but I enjoy the ritual of creating them.
Oh, I get that, Jay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
want to grind the beans. I
Mhm.
use a Chemex. I have a Chemex,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. And so I want to put the grinds in there. I want to heat the water. I want to do the pour overs. I want to watch it. And, with my tea, I want to steep it. We have different types of tea and we go through a rotation with them. There's 4 different types that we have, and they all have to do with calming your stomach, which is probably
Oh.
has a lot to do with me, but I found having that ritual every morning. I make a cup of tea. I make my coffee at the same time, but the coffee comes later. But the tea's the first thing. And we steep it while we meditate, which is yet a secondary ritual that we have at the same time. And I meditate with the dogs. The dogs know about
Oh.
meditation. And so it's like, okay, we're going to meditate. They come, they sit by me. They each get a treat, but then they lay down and we meditate together. And I
Oh, wow,
got
how
turned
cool.
on to transcendental meditation from Seinfeld. Jerry
Oh.
Seinfeld does it. I just read about it and I thought, no, this is a really good idea. And I will tell you about the meditation. First of all, let's talk about, I'm skipping around. So
Mhm.
let's go back and talk about tea and coffee.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
do a ritual like that?
I actually do. Yeah. So Amanda and I every morning have a yerba mate tea. And have you had yerba mate before?
I have not.
So it gets served different than regular tea. It's in like a little like gourd and has these straws with sifters in them. And so you pour the loose leaves into the gourd and then pour the hot water into it and let it steep. And then there's these straws that have sifters so the tea leaves don't
Oh
get
my
sucked up.
God.
Yeah, so every morning we have our yerba mate, and we didn't intend for it to be a ritual, but we bought this because we liked yerba mate, and now every
Uh-huh.
morning we do it, and if we don't, we feel off, and it's a part of our morning.
What does it taste like?
It's kinda earthy. It's
Okay,
not. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'd say you don't drink it necessarily for the taste. It gives you energy, and it gives you focus. I'm trying to remember some of the health benefits of yerba
Oh,
mate,
okay.
but there's some of the same things that you get out of green tea, and then also some of the same
Okay.
benefits you get out of dark chocolate. There's some I wish I had looked
Oh,
this up beforehand, but
interesting.
there's some health benefits for your mind that you get from yerba mate.
So one of ours is green tea,
Okay.
and green tea is an acquired taste.
Oh, true.
Let's be honest. But I
Mhm.
think coffee's an acquired taste
Oh, yeah, for
too.
sure. I love
Yeah,
coffee, but I would agree
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do a green tea, and that was a hard one to get used to, but I feel better after I do that. I
Yeah.
also do a peppermint tea.
Okay.
I do one that's called Belly Comfort,
Oh,
which
okay.
has green tea and peppermint in it.
Okay.
And then I do another one that is a probiotic. I do a
Okay.
probiotic every 4 days, which I think is helpful for my system. I love that with this gourd and these straws that you're communing
Yeah,
together.
yeah. We even share each of us will sip at the same time because there's 2 different straws, and
You
it's just
guys
like
are
a
so
fun.
cute. You're so cute. You guys are precious. I mean, that is so, it
Oh,
is.
thanks,
You
Jay.
guys, yeah, but I mean, but it
Yeah.
is, oh, that's
Mhm.
wonderful. See,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when we travel, we
Mhm.
take the tea with us and we do the tea in the hotel room.
We do it with
And
our
we
yerba mate.
meditate. I mean, it's part of the system. I think when you find something, it becomes part of what you do. So leading up to the meditation part, I thought it would be impossible for me to sit still for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
I was just like, this is the stupidest thing and as I took a course to get me into meditating. And I felt like, and Kelly does it too. He does it in a separate room. I find it fascinating that meditating makes Kelly's nose run.
Oh, really?
I think that's interesting. And I think that's kind
Yeah.
of fabulous. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
my nose doesn't run. But okay, but his does. And I think that that's cool.
Yeah.
When we're filming and stuff, I'll do a 30 or a 40-minute meditation. And I know that I've scared everyone now who's just like, how do you do a 30 or 40-minute meditation? You have to work up to it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But it goes so quickly. On a normal day, I do a 5 to 7 minute. I just do
Okay.
it 5 to 7 minute every day. And I do it, and it's the first thing. And then, and the dogs are there. And then when we're done, the dogs know when the meditation ends.
Oh,
And when the
how
meditation
cool.
ends, they get up and they're like, okay, now and then I give them a treat, and they're like, okay, now we get a treat. That's great. With Ladybird now, too, Ladybird is having chronic kidney failure. And so
Mm.
she's an old dog. She's 12. And so I have to give her infusions of saline. So it's an IV saline that I have to give her every other day. It's interesting because it's become a ritual.
Oh.
She wags her tail the whole time because I
Oh.
know it makes her feel better.
Yeah.
So it's a place, and now that's like our private time where her and I are together, and I just hug her and hold on to her, and I talk to her the whole time, and her tail wags, and I kiss her on the head, and
Mhm.
when we do the infusion, it takes about 5 minutes, and it's fast, and it goes easy, and it's great. She feels so much better. We were very fortunate. We almost lost her,
Mm.
but it's part of our ritual that we do, and it's turning those things into rituals that are significant. Now, let me say this. We talked about, religious symbols, or
Mhm.
it's a wedding or it's a funeral. What do these all include?
Flowers?
Flowers, right? So isn't it natural that we have rituals that involve flowers? I mean, okay, for example, I know you're
Mhm.
Swedish.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
I'm a quarter Swedish,
Yes,
and
yeah.
Grace goes to Sweden twice a year, and she really wants me to come over for Midsummer
Yeah.
Festival, which is
Yeah.
at the longest day of the year, and
Mhm.
they make flower crowns, and you guys did, like, flower crowns for your wedding, so talk about that.
We did, yeah, and that was just such a fun thing to do, and I didn't even put it together that it was really a ritual until we started kind of prepping for this episode, Jay, but what we did,
Sure.
so as we talked about on a previous episode, in midsummer, they make these flower crowns, and so that's always been a part of, we went to Sweden when I was a kid and went to my grandma's hometown where she grew up in Sweden and made flower crowns there. And so for Amanda and my wedding, my grandma made flower crowns with my nieces. And so me and Amanda wore flower crowns. My two nieces wore flower crowns at our wedding. And so there are actually four different generations of people there. My grandma, we were all the way down to my nieces. But that's totally a ritual that came from Midsummer and then has kind of made its way into this ceremony. And so, I think of things originally as rituals being like a daily thing, but you're so right that it's, this is something that can be used just for ceremonial purposes. So, I mean, that was totally a ritual that involved flowers. So I'm so happy that you're talking about this because that was really cool to think of.
And it was so special to you guys. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I just saw how special it was
yeah,
in your pictures.
yeah.
So now here's my promise to you, RJ, because I've
Mhm,
thought about this so much.
mhm.
What do I always say on the show when I hand somebody a flower crown?
Um,
I always say we have a tradition here at Life in Bloom.
yeah.
In season 9, I am going to start saying we have a ritual
Oh,
here at Life in Bloom, because that's what it is. And
that's
I was
great.
just watching, we have an episode coming up with our photographer with Raul in it.
Oh, yeah.
And he says it's almost a rite of passage
Oh, yeah.
to get a flower crown. And we were working on this at the same time. And isn't it interesting how life uncovers things for us?
Mhm,
And it's like, okay, I should be saying, we have a ritual here at Life in Bloom. It's a flower crown,
mhm.
not a tradition. It is a tradition, sure,
Right,
but
right.
it's a ritual.
Yeah.
We're coming off the Christmas season too. There's a ritual with putting up your Christmas decorations, and many times whenever we're talking about a Christmas decoration, Kelly or I might say, my mom did this or my grandma did this. And I talked about my Aunt Alice always making these sugar cookies. Well, that was a ritual.
Right, right.
Cooking can be a ritual as well.
Mhm.
I just think, what are those things that you are? We go shopping on Wednesday mornings. We go to the grocery store on Wednesday mornings. The reason that we do is because I get a senior discount. But that's when we started doing it, was during the pandemic, and we would go very early in the morning so there would be no people there. And that has stuck. We go shopping on Wednesday morning. It's a ritual. And it's Kel and I go to the grocery store, and we go to the same checker, and she's our friend, and we love Hope. It's very easy to overlook these things but they're rituals.
Right.
So talking about coffee, my grandfather would go to restaurants and he would infuriate everybody because he had to have his coffee cup first and get the cream first so he could pour his cream in the coffee cup and then have the coffee poured gently thereon.
Okay.
And he would tell the whole story. He would tell the story every time because he'd have to explain it to the new waitress. And, and he's like, oh, you got to get me a fresh cup. I got to pour my cream in and the coffee poured gently thereon. And he would even tell people, he said, in my backyard, there's all these cemetery stones of all the waitresses I killed who didn't do this. That was sick. That was sick part of the, but I mean, but I think that's funny that he would say, sort of dark humor, but it's a ritual.
Yeah.
It's a ritual. He would sharpen his knife every day, come into the store, first thing, sharpen his knife. It's a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
My thought is that flowers are a ritual. And for me especially, in the summertime, I get my flowers at the farmer's market on Saturday. I come home and I process them. That in itself is an extreme ritual. I mean, that's part of something that I think the Kreisel people instilled in me when I went to see them in the Netherlands and learn more about how you process flowers, because it's a ritualistic thing. You do it the same every time. And when you do it the same, it's successful. You're using cold water. You're measuring your flower food. You're cutting the flowers at an angle with a sharp, clean instrument. You're placing them immediately in the water. You're allowing them to set for a period of time. And that's the important part, okay? When I arrange flowers, I take my time. And I was always fascinated when you go to do these big shows, and as I've told you before, I've done like 10,000 shows all across the United States. And I'd have florists who would come in and be offered to a volunteer to help me. And I'd say, okay, you're going to make this arrangement. I want this to be the most beautiful arrangement we ever made. Here's the concept we're trying to tell people about. These are the colors. These are the flowers you can use. I want you to take your time and make it beautiful. Make it something that you're really proud of. I would tell them, take your time, take your time. They would come back to me in 5 minutes and say, okay, I'm done. What's next?
Oh.
And I was like, that was my plan for you for this morning.
Yeah.
And you're done. Are you proud of it? I'm going to take this on stage and I promise you, I've said this so many times. I'm going to take this on stage and tell everybody you made it. Are you proud of it? Can I do it again? Yes, you may. Because you hurried, hurry, get this done. And that's what we live lives like that.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we relax and enjoy? And so I let my flowers sit for a day. So I've processed them. My favorite part of making an arrangement is processing the flowers. And I think that part of that is the reward I get from using Kreisel Flower Food and their flower products because they work. And my flowers are going to be prettier, they're going to be bigger, they're going to be more colorful, they're going to have more fragrance, they're going to stay green, their stems are going to remain straight, the Gerbers are going to stand up perfectly. They're not going to create bacteria in the water because I've followed all those ritualistic rules every single time. My flower care card, that was the reason that we created that, so that my flower care card, I'll put the list, you can buy it in our store. You get 2 of them. What I advise everybody to do is go to your FedEx or something like that, your FedEx office store, and have them blown up and put them in your area where you process flowers so you can follow the ritual.
Oh, great idea.
Because it's perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I let them set for a day so they take up water and they're at their most beautiful when I arrange them. When you're talking flower rituals, it's important to support your flowers, just like you do yourself. And the best investment you can make for cut flowers is Kreisel Flower Food. Kreisel products ensure your flowers will last longer, be more colorful, and bloom beautifully. Trust me when I say supporting your flowers with Kreisel Professional 3 Flower Food, Kreisel Glory Anti-Transparent, and CVBN tablets are essential and easy. Visit their website, kreiselflowerfood.com, and be sure to use the uBloom 10 discount code for a 10% savings on your next order. Support the joy of flowers. The Life in Bloom Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to flower education and inspiring a love of flowers in everyone. The foundation helps fund the production of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom on public television, making it possible for viewers across the country to enjoy the beauty and benefits of flowers. The foundation also provides free flower education to high schools, colleges, and floriculture programs through uBloom.com, helping students and future florists bloom in their own careers. Your donation in any amount makes a difference. Plus, all contributions are 100% tax deductible. If you'd like to help us continue sharing the power of flowers, visit the lifeandbloomfoundation.org to donate today. Thank you for your support. Now, here's the other thing. When I do it on Sundays, I listen to Dave Koz on SiriusXM. I love the Dave Koz show, or I love Organized. That's another one, too. So if I can be ready to go by 10 o'clock, I can listen to Organized, which is Pat Bianchi's show about jazz organ music.
Oh, cool.
Also, I like Dave Koz because it's like easy listening jazz. I just listen to that show. It's a couple hours long, and I make arrangements for the house. There's nothing more frustrating to me as when I have to hurry to create an arrangement, because you can feel the endorphins being released when you're arranging the flowers. And when you give them to somebody too, that's the other thing. When you give them to somebody, that person releases dopamine. And if you do it slowly and you pay attention, you can watch it happen. You can see that smile build in their face, in their mouth, in their eyes, how they suddenly are like, oh, I love these flowers. Yeah, and enjoy that, because your release of endorphins is adding to their release of dopamine, and they suddenly are enjoying the situation, and you're both in that warm, festive spot with your soul and your conscious and everything, and having it all be all there at one time. This is the secret behind my show.
Yeah,
This
I
is the
agree.
secret behind Life in Bloom. People say to me, I got a letter this morning from a gentleman, Tony and Cabby, who made flower crowns on our show, on one of our shows for their granddaughter's birthdays, their twin granddaughters. And he said, we love nothing better than sitting down every week at the same time to watch your show. That's a ritual.
Yeah, that's a ritual.
That is a ritual. And we are bringing something to your home that you can do at a specific time through public television every week. That's why we've added this Breathe and Bloom. That new piece that's coming in season 8 is the ritual of sitting still for 30 seconds and looking at beautiful flowers. That's what it's all about. I just think about these. I mean, my soak and painting. I wish I could paint more. I have a secret desire to retire so I would be forced to paint.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would find time to do it.
Yeah.
We started a new ritual this year. I am completely wild about Liberty Puzzles. They're a puzzle company in Boulder, Colorado. I want to go there. I really want to go there, and I want to see them, and I want to visit them, and I want to see how they make the puzzles. There's something about the ASMR of having this wooden puzzle piece fall down between the other puzzle pieces.
Oh, cool.
That's addictive. And they're all different shapes. So like there's one we did for Halloween that had all the Peanuts characters at the party that they all go to. And so then some of the puzzle pieces were shaped like Peanuts characters. And some of them were shaped like jack-o'-lanterns. And some of them, and they hand make each one of these puzzles. And their theory behind it is sit long and talk much. That's their
I love that.
I love putting together a puzzle with Cal because I get so excited when he puts two pieces together. When it's like, oh, yes, those two go together. The first two pieces that go together and the last piece that goes into the puzzle. There's a ritual about that. There's a ritual about cooking food, making a soup, making a special thing. Nick, there's a ritual with Nick making Nick's famous garlic rolls. I mean, It's a ritual for him, and it's the Tangshan paste, and he did it all on our show for us, and those types of things. Grace has a ritual about making her cheese puffs that you're going to see in season 9. Cooking is also a special way. Well, you're going to see Kelly make a pie crust, and Kelly talks about, how he does it, and he uses the same method his mother did. The thing I always said about his mom was his mom added love to the recipe. That's when the recipe tastes the best, is when you add the love. And I believe that the only way to add the love is if it's a ritual. It needs to be a ritual about creating that dish with love. And you're going to get better at it. If it's something that you really like, it's going to be your go-to, and you're going to do that. I go to the grocery store on Wednesday morning. When you go to the grocery store, buy some flowers, and take those flowers home and make it a ritual for yourself to make an arrangement with those. Or maybe you're going to put them in 3 different spots in the house. And that's where that ritual is, that there's something in the bathroom, and there's something in the bedroom, and there's something in your workspace, so that you're looking at flowers while you're working. Because when you're working and flowers are in that area, The proven research tells us you're more creative, you come up with better solutions, you work faster, you'll work harder on a project because those flowers are inspiring you. These things are proven by Dr. Haviland Jones and by Rutgers University and Harvard University, and it's all part of adding a little bit of that to your home. When I was a kid, there was a Halloween package that had a witch on it. Then the witch was holding the bag that had the witch on it, and the
Oh, okay.
witch, and that was holding the bag. It was holding the bag, was holding the bag, and it's like an infinity thing, that goes on in the bag, right? That's what I'm thinking of right now. When I sat down to create this, or when you and I sit down to record these podcasts,
Mhm.
it's become a ritual.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Unloading my brain
Yeah, yeah.
and telling the stories behind these shows.
Yeah, and I wanna add to that, Jay, too. Rituals, too, give you something to look forward to, and I think, like, our ritual of recording is like, oh, once we get a date on the calendar, it's like, "Alright, we have something that, the next week I'm looking forward to, I'm
Right,
building up
right.
to it."
You're gonna make me
No.
cry, RJ.
Oh, Jay.
But, I mean, it's true. I
Yeah.
look forward to this. I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
forward to it. I look forward to Wednesdays when
Mhm.
Sam posts them and I get to listen to them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and
It's
I
become a
love listening
ritual.
to them more than I do making them because
Yeah, yeah.
Sam is our editor. You guys don't even realize Sam makes this so much better.
Yeah,
She
she's
makes this
incredible.
whole podcast incredible because
Yeah.
she makes it flow right.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's yet another it's an unseen person.
Mhm. Yeah.
We should talk to Sam sometime. We should have
Yeah, we
Sam
should have her
come
on. Yeah.
and tell how many
Yeah.
ads and buts of mine she has to cut out. So yeah, I mean, that's all good. It's fascinating. And I think when you
Mhm.
start to think about it,
Mhm.
our dogs, we go for a walk every day. Our dogs know it's right after we have breakfast, we go for a walk. And it's just, when I say walk to them, they're like, yes, right now. Okay, here we're going to go. They know where we're going to go. They go to the end of the driveway. They turn the same way. They know where we're going to go. They know exactly where we're going to go. They look for things. It was funny when we had Eleanor. There was a place where she got attacked by a dachshund, a little rove dachshund in the yard.
Oh.
She would always come to that, and it was the end where there's a fence, and the dachshund came out from behind the fence, and she would always slow down and look behind the fence and then
Oh.
go ahead. And it was a ritual. It was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta look for that little dachshund's gonna get me. I gotta look for that dachshund. And I think that's interesting is
Mhm.
that we build these into our lives, and I just don't think we take note of them. That is part of the key elements are their repetitive nature and the intention behind them. And that's what connects people to the beliefs, the traditions, and each other. You and Amanda are connecting every time you do your tea every morning.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're connecting every time you wear a flower crown or see a flower crown or look at the pictures of your wedding that had flower crowns.
True, true.
You're connecting. Isn't it fascinating that we can connect through these things and see inside ourselves? I
Mhm.
think that the biggest part about meditation as a ritual for me is shutting off my brain. And that's the hardest part about it, is making you think of nothing, forcing yourself to think of nothing for 5 minutes. That almost seems impossible at the very beginning, but it is possible, and there's a relief that comes with it. There's a relief that comes with it. When we film stuff goes in the same place. That thing
Mhm.
always goes in that spot, and that thing is there. And then
Yeah.
we pack it up until the next time,
Mhm.
but it's a ritual to get it out. There's a rug I stand on. I stand on it's a cushy rug, and it's in the kitchen because Kathy has concrete floors that are heated. I have to stand in that spot for 7 days. It's a cushy mat, and it's in the garage. It's in the same place always. And I get it out, and I have to unroll it so that it flattens out, and then I put it there. And when I put it down, I know that we're going to be, and there's a tape mark on it where I have to stand.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Then I roll it back up and I put it back in the garage. I think it's interesting. I was reading an article this week about the last time we do things,
Hmm.
and that many times we're not aware that it's the last time we'll do something.
Oh, wow.
There will be a last time I put that mat away and I won't realize I won't get it out again.
Mm.
Or there will be the last cup of coffee that we make, or the last cup of tea that we make, or the last flower arrangement that we make. And so the whole point of this message was not to be sad and dismal and everything. It was like, so live in that moment.
Oh,
Live when you put down that mat. Live when you
wow.
pick it up. Live when you make that arrangement. Live when you and appreciate everything when you're taking your dog for a walk or you're making a cup of coffee or you're making that favorite dish. Live that moment like it's the last time you do it.
Oh, that is so powerful. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Things can happen so quickly and life is fleeting and life is beautiful.
Mhm.
There's so many good things. So many good things that happen to us each and every day, and it's just important. So, I'm looking forward. I hope that you all will look forward with me to our show about rituals because I think that maybe we can bring some of this out and give you some ideas about how you set up and find that spot. I have a room, used to be a bathroom laundry room, so everybody has that kind of bathroom where there's a toilet and also your
Yeah.
your your washer and dryer. When we added onto the house, I wanted to put the washer and dryer near the bedroom because I didn't want to be dragging stuff all over the house. And so it's right by the bedroom. And so we took it out of that, what would be the laundry room. So it's a bathroom, but then I put in a sink so I can do flowers in there. And so that's my place to do flowers. And there's a window so I can see outside and it's painted yellow so that it's happy and bright.
Oh, cool.
And there's flower frogs hanging on the wall. And, but I mean, that's the place. That is the place. And when the music's playing in that room and it's 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings and it's Pat Bianchi and he's playing Tony DiFrancesco, who is my favorite jazz organist of all time, and I'm making flowers, that's the happy spot. There should be a happy spot in every day. So
Yes.
whatever that is, however that works, happy spot every day. That's a goal. That's a good ritual to have. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such an awesome topic, Jay, and I'm so happy that you thought of this for us to discuss. This has been so great.
Thanks for entertaining me and allowing me to do it. But I think I want people to just think about it. What's your ritual? Maybe ask people that today. What's your ritual? On your flower crowns.
Yes.
Stop by for a ritualistic flower crown. So yeah. Well, thanks, RJ. I appreciate it. I appreciate you doing this with me. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks,
that
Jay.
we're creating a ritual
Yeah.
for everyone out there who's listening to us. I hope that this is a good ritual for you, that you get to listen to us and that you look forward to the next one. And we'll keep doing them. So that's good.
It sounds great. All right.
Right. Thanks for joining us this week on Behind the Bloom podcast with Jay Schwanke and RJ Pohl. If you loved what you heard, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. And share it with a friend to help us spread the joy, one bloom at a time. Thank you for taking the time to slow down with us. And hopefully you left feeling a little lighter and inspired to try something new. Make sure to join us next week for a brand new episode. Thanks for being here with us, Behind the Bloom. Hey, just one more thing. If you love flowers, you've got to check out uBloom.com. It's the online home of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, where you can stream every episode for free. Plus, you'll find Behind the Bloom videos, my blog, show recipes, and so much more. There's also a massive video archive, over 1,800 how-to videos, flower farm documentaries, and even my very first series, JTV. All Life in Bloom episodes, exclusive web content, and farm documentaries are totally free. Just sign up with your email. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there's a paid subscription option that unlocks the full library of how-to videos. Everything from creating bridal bouquets to centerpieces, corsages, and more. Tons of content to explore. You're gonna love it.